One says debt is the devil. The other says debt is how you get rich. One tells you to cut up your credit cards and budget like your life depends on it. The other says swipe them, scale them, and use debt to build an empire. Dave Ramsey and Robert Kiyosaki are two of the most influential and polarizing voices in personal finance. But if you listen closely, it's not just about money. It's about mindset. Because these two men represent opposite ends of the financial belief system. One preaches safety, structure, and discipline. The other pushes risk, leverage, and freedom. And while their advice has helped millions, it's also raised serious questions. Who is actually giving practical advice for today's economy? Are they helping you grow, or just selling you their brand of success? Today, we're going beyond the sound bites. We'll break down their philosophies, their business models, their controversies, and most importantly, how you can use their lessons to build real wealth in 2025. Before we dive in, drop a comment. Who would you let coach your finances? Ramsey, Kiyosaki, or neither? Let's start with what they actually believe. Because this is where things split like a hairline on a finance bro. Dave Ramsey believes debt is toxic. It creates stress, destroys marriages, and keeps people broke. His solution? The baby steps. A formula so famous, people tattoo it on their arms. His steps are: 1. Save $1,000 fast. 2. Use the debt snowball to pay off all debt: credit cards, cars, student loans. 3. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. 4. Invest 15% of your income into retirement. 5. Pay off your mortgage early. 6. Build wealth and give generously. His tone? No nonsense. Some call it tough love, others call it financial shaming. But he's built a following of people who were drowning in debt and needed a life raft, not a lecture on real estate leverage. Now, Robert Kiyosaki? He's playing a different game entirely. He says the school system is rigged, jobs are for suckers, and saving money is actually dangerous. His motto? Don't work for money, make money work for you. Instead of avoiding debt, he wants you to use it. Borrow money, buy assets, and build passive income that outpaces inflation. His cash flow quadrant splits people into 4 types: E, employee; S, self-employed; B, business owner; I, investor. Kiyosaki's goal: get you to the right side, business owner and investor, where tax breaks are bigger and your time is yours. So let's recap. Ramsey: save, sacrifice, stay out of debt. Kiyosaki: borrow, build, break out of the rat race. Both promise freedom, but only one teaches you to use debt as a tool, and that tool can either build a house or burn it down. Quick pause. If you're getting value from this breakdown, hit that like button. And if you want more deep dives into money, media, and strategy, make sure to subscribe. Now, back to the showdown. Let's talk personality. Dave Ramsey feels like the coach yelling at you to stop eating out. Kiyosaki feels like the rebel uncle telling you to borrow $100,000 and figure it out later. Different vibes, very different consequences. Let's talk about the real tea, how these two got rich. Dave Ramsey is worth an estimated $200 million, and here's the kicker. He did it without taking on a single dollar of debt. His business empire includes a nationally syndicated radio show, books that have sold millions of copies, Financial Peace University, massive live events across the US and his Nashville headquarters, paid in cash. Ramsey doesn't just sell you on budgeting, he built an empire teaching it. But it's not all clean cut. Critics say he uses fear to control staff and maintains cult-like expectations at his company, including contracts that require employees to live by his teachings. Robert Kiyosaki, on the other hand, is worth between $80 and $100 million, but he claims to be over $1 billion in debt. And no, he's not broke. He calls it good debt, meaning debt tied to income-generating assets. Kiyosaki's empire is built on the Rich Dad book series, over 40 titles, licensing and royalties, real estate investments, partnerships with seminar companies, some of which were investigated by the FTC. In 2012, his company Rich Global LLC filed for bankruptcy after a $24 million lawsuit. But Kiyosaki? Personally untouched. Why? Because of how he structured his businesses. He calls it financial intelligence. Critics call it convenient. Let's compare revenue paths. Ramsey's business model centers on long-term trust, consistent content, and accessible pricing. Kiyosaki's business leans heavily on upsells, high-ticket programs, and wealth-building hype. One is Walmart, the other is a mastermind retreat in Tulum. Let's break down the audience. Dave Ramsey's tribe. Families trying to get out of debt. Teachers, nurses, government workers. People in their 30s to 60s who feel behind on retirement. Robert Kiyosaki's tribe. Aspiring entrepreneurs. Young men in hustle culture. Crypto bros and real estate junkies. People obsessed with passive income and fire. One sells peace of mind, the other sells the dream. And here's the irony. Both have built loyal followings of people who need more than just advice. They need identity. Ramsey gives you control, Kiyosaki gives you confidence. Ramsey's fans scream, "I'm debt-free," like they won the Super Bowl. Kiyosaki's fans flex their leverage like they just bought their 4th Airbnb. Who are you more likely to trust? The slow and steady turtle or the cash-flowing rabbit? But let's be real, neither one is perfect. Ramsey's critics say he doesn't evolve, still stuck on mutual funds and envelope systems. He downplays modern challenges like inflation, wage stagnation, and racial wealth gaps. His company culture has been called toxic and hyper-conservative. Kiyosaki's critics say his teachings are vague, lots of mindset, not much how-to. He pushes risky real estate plays with little practical support. He profited off vulnerable people at seminars that charged $10,000 to $45,000. Rich Dad may not even exist. So let's be honest, they're not financial gods, they're brands. But that doesn't mean their ideas are worthless. It means you have to think critically about who you are, what you need, and how much risk you're truly ready to handle. So, who should you actually listen to? If you're in survival mode, paycheck to paycheck, deep in debt, Ramsey is a lifeline. If you're stable, have some savings, and want to scale your income, Kiyosaki might spark your next move. But the truth? The best plan borrows from both. Use Ramsey's discipline to get your financial house in order. Use Kiyosaki's lens to build streams of income you don't have to clock into. The real win isn't in choosing a side. It's in choosing a system that evolves with you. Ramsey teaches financial defense. Kiyosaki teaches offense. But to win the game in 2025, you need both. Think of your financial journey like a football game. Ramsey is your defense. He keeps you from losing the game. Kiyosaki is your offense. He helps you score and scale. You wouldn't bench either. So why would you bench one of these philosophies? So what about you? Are you Team Ramsey, Team Kiyosaki, or Team I'm building my own playbook? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading everyone. Like this video if you've ever been told to cut your credit cards or take out a HELOC for a fourplex. And subscribe for more finance breakdowns, side hustle deep dives, and pop culture meets personal wealth content.